Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday! How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fabulous weekend. My weekend was nice. We're getting some slightly cooler weather here in East Tennessee, which is absolutely fabulous. I think Thursday? Can't recall if it was Thursday or Friday, but absolutely stunning day. Beautiful. Mid-high 70s, cool breeze, just gorgeous. And then Sunday afternoon, my family and I got to go see The Labyrinth on the big screen. So exciting! If you've never seen the Labyrinth movie before, I don't even know what to tell you. You need to check it out. But it is a fabulous classic and a lot of fun. So we got to do that, and that was great too. So now I'm here with you wonderful folks today to do this week's Make It Monday project. And we're going to be featuring the Gorgeous Leaves Stampin' Die Bundle. I love this collection because there are so many fine details in the leaves, and then you can also layer stamped images behind and front, or you can have sprigs and all kinds of fun stuff with this set. So it's a lot of fun. And then it doesn't have a sentiment in the Gorgeous Leaves collection, so I'm bringing in the In Your Words stamp set. This is a free celebration stamp set when you host a qualifying workshop or place a qualifying order. So lots of fun there. Absolutely beautiful card. I'm in love with all of the texture and just beautiful colors that are going on here today. So thank you guys so much for coming. I see folks are coming in. Say hello. Hi, how are you? Miss Kimberly, how are you, darling? Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me this evening. All right, let's get to it, shall we? What you're going to need is very vanilla card base this time. So usually I like to use basic white, but I felt like vanilla is a beautiful soft layer to this card. So we're going to use a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 very vanilla thick cardstock scored at 4 1/4, and this is going to give us a nice sturdy card base. We're also going to use a piece of 5 1/4 by 4-inch very vanilla cardstock. This is going to be the layer that we stamp on, and then we're going to attach that layer with dimensionals, so the entire front layer of the card pops up, which is fabulous. I'm also going to be using some of the beautiful gold shimmer ribbon from the holiday catalog. So pretty. I've used it a bunch of times before already. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gold ribbon. In fact, in all honesty, I am hoping that we see this carry over to the annual catalog next year. I don't know that we will, but I would be so happy if we do. All right, so we're going to need, I think it's about 4 3/4, yeah, 4 3/4 inch piece of that. I've also already pre-cut some beautiful die cut pieces from the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. So this is Mary Merlot, this is Evening Evergreen, and this gorgeous piece is from that beautiful Bedazzling Celebration paper. So if you don't know what it looks like, it's this right here. It's a 6x6 paper that has a really big, beautiful sequin. As you can see, it's Dana-proof glitter or Dana-approved glitter. Even when I die cut it, it really doesn't shed. So you may see one little speck here or there from where it's been die cut and come loose, but otherwise it stays together nicely. And look at all of that gorgeous, like, oh, that's so beautiful, isn't it? This stuff is gorgeous, especially with these fine detailed leaves. It looks fabulous. Oh, I love it. Okay. enough of that. Let's get out our layer piece here and we'll start stamping. I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat and a piece of scrap paper just because I know I'm going to be stamping off, so I want to do that. I'm using ink pads, Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, and Mary Merlot. Aren't these just gorgeous fall colors? Oh man, one of my favorite color combinations for fall colors already right here. I'm in love with these new ink colors, some of my favorites, and then Mary Merlot is just a go-to for all things fall related. Alright, so I'm going to set those aside for just a moment. I'm going to start with the Soft Succulent, and we're going to be using the big speckled cluster, I'll call it, and then the little splattered cluster as well. And with the big one, I'm going to ink it up and stamp it off one time. And I'll stamp that one up there, ink it up, stamp it off, and I'll put this one right about there. Doesn't really matter exactly, we're just kind of building a base here. Alright, now with the splatters, we're going to ink it up and stamp it full strength. So I'm going to stamp one there, and let's bring this one down here, and right there. Alright, so now we have our nice little background. And then I'm going to take the Evening Evergreen ink and the sentiment, I see you and you are wonderful, from the In Your Words stamp set. And we'll just tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. Hi there, Miss Kay. Thank you so much. Kay says it's a gorgeous card. Thank you. Alright, we're going to try to get this lined up straight, and hopefully I did without getting it in the way. Hi, Miss Kathy. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, look what I did. Oh, I hate that. Okay, you know what? When that happens, and I'm glad that it did, here on live TV, Stampin' Up! Makes beautiful double-sided cardstock. So, you know what? Even us demonstrators occasionally have an oops moment, and that was definitely it. So I'm going to stamp this down, and I'm not going to push so hard. And you know what that causes from pushing too hard and rocking the stamp. There we go. Okay. So, first-hand response of how to deal with that oops. Let's go ahead and redo our background section there. Bear with me here just a moment. Put one up here. Tap, tap, tap. Stamp off one time and put that one right there. And then bring in our little cluster again. Full strength here, 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 and there. Alright, now we're on track. Oops. Hi, Miss Kathy. How are ya? Okay, now I also want to bring in the card base, and I'm going to stamp the inside of it, and I don't need that pad anymore, so let me get it out of the way and get my Evening Evergreen ink back. And I'm going to put Hope This Card Makes You Smile on the inside. We'll see if we've got it lined up here. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in the Mary Merlot ink and that little scrap paper. This time I'm going to use the big leaf here. Tap, 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 and across the corner, just like so. And then I'm going to do that same thing with the leaf, because what do I say about the insides and the envelopes? No naked insides and no naked envelopes So we want to stamp this beautiful leaf right there on our envelope as well. Okay, here we go. Now all of our stamping is done. Let me get that out of the way. All right, bring in my little pieces here, bring in my card front here, and now there are multiple ways that you can attach this ribbon. You can use tear and tape and run a little strip. That was a sticky note, you don't need that. You can take a piece of tear and tape and run a little strip either along the back side of the ribbon or along the space on the card, or you can take your Stampin' seal and run it however you want to, is entirely up to you. I'm going to just lay it down there and put tear and tape here. That way I can kind of gauge how long I need the adhesive to be. Tear it off. There we go. And as you can see, I've cut one end at an angle, so that's the side I'm going to put out. And then I'm just going to line this up and trim a tiny bit off of the edge. This way I can make sure that it's lined up right at the edge. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in my glue dots. Because these are beautifully detailed die cuts, I'm going to use glue dots and just strategically place a dot where I can so that I can layer them without getting adhesive everywhere. Okay, so let me try to do that. I want to put this one down about like that, and this one down about like that, and I want to be able to see the stems. When I was playing around with this, it looked weird when I couldn't see the stems on all three pieces, but I want them to be able to kind of crisscross, so it's this fine line of how they need to go in order to still look nice. I know that sounds funny, but you can see what I'm talking about here. I kind of have the edges of my leaves lined up, and then I have them crisscrossing up here on the top. And so that's the way I've done this one as well. And now I can lift this whole thing up, and I'm just going to be able to place my glue dots down. And what I'm doing is I'm putting glue dots over the green and the dazzling paper so that they stick together. So let me put one right there. See, it's overlapping the two. Hi Luann, how are ya? You're just in time. You missed my little oops though. I had an oops. Can you believe it? Yes, I did. I accidentally stamped a line on my sentiment. Oh, gasp. I know. Awful. Thankfully, I could stamp on the other side. I know. I got super excited about the project and I stamped a little too hard. It was awful. Okay, so I've put just a couple of little glue dots here. I'm going to put one more, I think, right here. Okay, and then I'm going to put a glue dot right here behind the center of that Mary Merlot leaf. Okay, and that's going to tie everything together. Now, honestly, I'm just doing it this way, fussing with the layers already together, just so that I can easily see where they are. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. You just want to try not to get too many spaces open where the glue dots are sticking through so that they don't catch on to stuff, okay? If that makes sense. All right, now that we've got those down and they are tacked down pretty good, I don't want them to be totally glued flat to the card, because that's part of what gives it this nice flow and energy, is to be able to have the leaves just kind of hanging out up there. Now, I promise you, these glue dots are not going to let the leaves pop off, so don't worry about that. But when you're gluing things like this down, you don't want them to be stuck flat. They just don't have a whole lot of texture and flow when you do that. So I like to just tack them down, not really glue. Okay, so that's how we get that beautiful cluster with the leaves. And now that it's tacked down good, I'm going to take some of my linen thread, and I'm just going to tie like the beginning of a knot here. I'm making a loop, okay, and I'm going to string it down over just the red stem, cinch it down snug, and I'm going to tie my bow right here. I know I can hear my girls moaning and groaning about tying little bows with this little twine. But it's so pretty. Now, you know, if you have issues with being able to tie bows without help, I know I have one of my girls on here, and she likes to knead someone's finger when she's tying her bows, but I have a solution for you, doll. If you get some of those reverse tweezers, you can actually pinch it down in the center of the bow and then tie your bows, and you've got a finger all the time, right? That's a pretty cool trick, isn't it? All right, let me trim off the end. Now, as you could see, I tied that bow directly from my spool. I don't know exactly how many inches that is, but I'm going to guess approximately 10, somewhere in that vicinity, okay? Kathy says she's got her pinky. That's right. Well, you know, that's true. But if you're at home in your own craft room, maybe you don't have a stamp buddy with you. So, I wish Stampin' Up! Carried these. They don't. But I'll tell you what, I will post a link for the ones that I like to use from Amazon. And I'll post a couple of them on my Stampin' Chick Facebook page here. So just a little bit after the live gets posted, I'll post it there so that you guys can find them easily. I wish Stampin' Up! Would carry them because they're a fabulous tool to have. But that's okay. If Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry them, I'm happy to share who does. Alright? So now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back side of this paper, and I'm not at all worried about the oops on the back side. So it's going to be totally hidden, and our cardstock is thick enough that it doesn't bleed through. So that's a wonderful thing. That's why I always say we have magical double-sided paper. Alright, just pulling the backs off of the dimensionals now. I'm really excited to share this project with you because I have a Gorgeous Leaves card class coming up on Thursday, and this is not one of the projects, so this is more like a bonus, but we are using the Gorgeous Leaves collection, so it's going to coordinate nicely. All right, now just one last thing. You could leave it like that if you want to, and it's certainly gorgeous, but I added just a little bit of bling, as you can see there. So I brought out my holiday rhinestones. Y'all, these things are the best rhinestones ever. I have a little caddy here, right here, that I keep at my workstation, and I've actually done, I think I've done a tutorial for this box before on my YouTube channel. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it. But I have this set right up here, and it has all of my essentials in it. And you can see my rhinestone basic jewels, my Terran tape, my Wink of Stella, the glue dots, and my liquid glue keeps it upright for me. I keep the holiday rhinestones right in here with the clear ones. So I use these all the time. I love them. They're not just for the holidays. All right, we're going to use the beautiful pool party ones. So I'm going to take just a couple of them here. We'll put one here, one down here, and how about one more right there? Okay. All right, there you have it, friends. Beautiful fall card. Yes, I am excited for fall to get here. I know some of you girls are summer beach bunnies, but this girl is all about the fall, football, bonfires, and cooler weather. So I am excited for fall to be here, and I hope that you enjoyed this project. It's absolutely beautiful. Now you can still get the Bedazzling 6x6 specialty paper for free with a $50 purchase. So purchase the Gorgeous Leaves bundle and get the paper for free. It's absolutely beautiful. You won't regret it. Get that holiday ribbon while you're at it. And if you need to get any other supplies, or if you'd like to purchase these things, you can get them at danasullivan.stampinup.net. If you'd like to take advantage of the Celebration Starter Kit promotion, you get $125 worth of products for only $99, and you can get an additional bundle in the holiday catalog for free, which I think includes the Gorgeous Leaves. Let me just take a look at that right quick. You're most welcome, Kay. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. Yes, you can get the Gorgeous Leaves bundle for free when you sign up for the starter kit. So you can choose $125 worth of products for only 99 bucks and get the Gorgeous Leaves bundle for free. So you can find the information for that on my website as well. And check out today's blog post here in just a bit for the measurements and supply list for this project. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me this evening. I appreciate having you all here. I hope that you enjoyed today's project. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, folks. And until next time, bye for now.